So let's talk about ketamine, one of my favorite topics to discuss right now. I had my third treatment this past week. It's about 5 days ago now. And I've been feeling pretty neutral this week, which in the grand scheme of things is pretty darn good. I got no complaints about the way I've been feeling this week. I even rated myself 6 a couple of times in the PM. In short, it's been going really well. I'm so happy that I am getting treatment. I still have been taking it easy. I haven't made it back to my normal exercise routine yet. I don't think it has anything to do with the ketamine. I think it has more to do with some issues around the PTSD that I have and some experiences I've had recently. They weren't even a big deal, but my psychology is such that I think I'm preventing myself from going as a protective mechanism. So I am working with my therapist on that and hope to get back to things soon. That's a not so positive note, but I did want to capture that because who knows, it could be related. I did focus on safety. That was my intention for the first session, was feeling safe. And so I think it does make loose sense that I would be avoiding things that make me uncomfortable. In terms of the trip itself, very mellow, very mild compared to the first trip that I had. It was similar to the second trip where I didn't really have any hallucinations, no visuals. There was nothing very eventful about my third session. That being said, I did ask my nurse practitioner, we were talking about my dosage in the beginning of our session, and I told her that I would prefer to not feel as nauseous. I don't think that's something that I mentioned in the first and second updates that I did, that I felt extremely nauseous after the first and second sessions, more so for the second session because my dose was higher the second session than it was the first. So I told her I liked the effect of the dosage that we did the first and second session, but I did not like the nausea afterward and my inability to function afterward. I think I mentioned I hit the sack right when I got home and really didn't get out of bed or do anything. I didn't even eat after my first and second session. At night, several hours later, I was still unable to get up and function and just laid in bed the whole night and on until the morning. So this session for number 3, I sacrificed the higher dose in order to not feel nausea after treatment. And as a matter of fact, if I'll backtrack for 1 second here and say, after the second treatment, my nurse practitioner actually had to give me nausea medication because the nausea was so bad. So after the third session, there was no nausea medication required, and I felt functional. I was able to have a conversation with her and another person that happened to be there in the clinic as well, which that's progress. I have felt so not myself after the treatments 1 and 2 that it was refreshing. I felt grounded. I don't know if I could say I felt good per se, but relatively speaking, compared to the first and second sessions, I felt grounded and in general better than I felt immediately after the first and second session. All that being said, the effects that I've experienced the past week have been more mild compared to the first week, but it's hard for me to know whether the effects are relative to that first week, because before the first treatment, I was having 3 and 4 days out of 10. Like I rated myself 3 and 4 out of 10. So to get to the point where I was feeling neutral or better, like sixes. Who knows? Maybe I was really feeling a five, but the six relative to the three and four felt like a six and not a five. It's hard to know, but I rated myself as I rated myself. So that's all I can go off of. Oh, if I didn't say it, my dose was 90 milligrams this time. Just a single injection is all we did. I didn't get a booster mid session, and 90 is what we decided on. That being said, we talked about it afterwards, and I think we're going to do a single injection for my next treatment at 100 milligrams. I'm feeling pretty decent. I can't say that I have any kind of qualms about this treatment whatsoever. I'm really happy with the way that it's going. One more thing I want to talk about is I am a little nervous about this next upcoming week, but it could end up going really well too. I will not be getting treatment at a weekly interval this time. We're skipping this week and seeing how it goes. So I will continue to log my moods and pay attention to the way I'm experiencing the world and my own emotions. And when we meet next time, which will be in about a week, so 2 weeks will have passed in between treatment 3 and treatment 4, we'll see how I do.